Hello, my name's Jenny Walker and together with my partner Norma Laver we own a piece of cake. Today I'm going to show you how to make the daffodils from sugar. These are two different sized daffodils. For the smaller one I use the Tinkertech 6-petal blossom 521 and for the bigger one I use the small fritillary cutter. But you do need to use a 6-petal cutter. I shall also be making the daffodil from our own piece of cake flour paste. This is the yellow and I shall be using spring green for the leaves. We start off with the 24 gauge wire, which I'm going to cut in half, and to the end of the wire we want a little piece of the yellow paste and roll it thinly on the end of the wire, taking off any excess. At the end of the wire you just want to thicken it out a bit, and then with your tweezers just pinch 3 little blobs to make the pistil. Okay. Then we need your long stamens, and you will need 3, which we will cut in half, so you end up with 6 stamens. With your tape you attach it to the base of your pistil and then attach your stamens just a little bit lower than the height of your pistil, and then take your tape all the way down the length of the wire to secure those stamens. Your kitchen roll and a little bit of lemon dust. We'll dust the end of the stamens to give it more of the yellow look, pollen. Daffodils come in all different shades of yellow and white, so you can make the centre whatever colour you like. I'm going to make an orange one. You can use orange colouring to make your paste orange, or I've actually mixed a little bit of our yellow flour paste with a bit of red flour paste. You want to start with a very small teardrop shape. With your teardrop you insert the pointed end of your 6mm rolling pin to open it out and press it against your finger to open the centre and thin it out. Then with your veining tool you roll it around the centre. Again, this will open it up and thin it out. And then with your Dresden tool you lay it flat against your board, catching the edge of your trumpet. You press quite firmly because you want to make it raggedy. You don't want a nice smooth edge. You want a bit of shape, a bit of movement. When your trumpet is ready, you push your wire through the centre right up, and your stamens are just down lower than the trumpet. Pinch it round the bottom to secure it round your stamens. You can just bend this back slightly to give it a bit of movement. And then you set it to one side and let it dry. With your yellow flour paste, mould it well first to make it soft and pliable. And then with your pad, push the paste into the medium hole, which will give you a little raised area at the back, and then if you pinch that, to lengthen it and thin it out, and with your 6mm rolling pin you roll from that centre point outwards, making sure you tuck your rolling pin right under that centre. This is called the Mexican hat method. So if you see in a book the Mexican hat method, this is what it is. You want it fairly thin, but not too thin that when we shape the petals they won't hold their shape. And then with your cutter, put the cutter over the top, making sure that centre raised bit is in the middle, and cut out your shape. Get rid of the excess paste. And because this cutter has got short petals, we need to lengthen them. So with the cutting wheel, I'm just going to roll from the dip in between the petals towards the centre. And with your angled knife, just lift it up and place it back in the hole on your pad. Then with your dog bone tool, I'm using the large end that way up. You roll round the edge of each petal and bring it out from the centre outwards in the middle, just to elongate it and give it a point. So your petals want to be thin, but not too thin that it doesn't allow you to do this. And placing your flower back on your board with your Holly Products veining tool again, roll across the petal. This will widen it and also vein it. And when it's veined, you put it back on your pad with it upside down, and using your Dresden tool, the sharp end this time, draw a line down the centre, quite firmly, but not too firm because you don't want to cut your petal in half. This gives it a strong centre vein. And then when you turn it the right way round, you bend on that central vein and pinch. And then with your 6mm rolling pin again, you make your hole in the centre. When you've done that, you place your wire through the centre and bring it up. So your trumpet sits in the centre of your petals. Then turning it upside down, you catch hold of that central point and twist it with your fingers to elongate and thin that central back. Just arrange your petals how you want them and leave them to dry. If it's a little soft, you might want to dry it upside down to start with and let it go firm but not hard. You need to dust your daffodil with a little lemon dust. Bring it up from the centre and a little on the edge. This just gives it a little bit of life. on the back of the daffodil. Just a little foliage green. To make the spathe of your daffodil, you want a little bit of paste that I've coloured with dark brown paste colour. Roll it out very thinly, and with your cutting wheel just cut a rough long oval shape. With a little glue on the back of your daffodil, down the base, place the piece of paste on the back and just pinch it round. It just wants to be attached at the bottom. This bit stays loose. You can curl it back if you like, or just leave it laying on top of the base of the flower. With your sprig green paste, you roll it into a sausage, push in down the centre using either a 26 or 24 gauge wire. Just right down the centre of the paste. And with your rolling pin and the wire facing towards you vertically, roll the paste down the length of the wire. This helps to keep the wire straight in the paste. Then moving the wire horizontal to you, roll the paste from the centre outwards, keeping a thicker ridge down the centre of the wire. Then with your cutting wheel, you can get long leaf cutters, or you can cut it freehand, as I'm doing here. There's your daffodil leaf. Just pinch around the bottom to make sure that the paste is attached to the wire. Using your pad and your dog bone tool, just roll the dog bone tool along the edge of the leaf to thin it out and give it a little bit of movement. And you can use your Dresden tool to mark fine lines for veining. And you can bend it round the wire just to give it a stronger centre vein. Doing the wire the full length of your shape enables you to twist it and shape it however you want it to go. You don't need any formers or scrunched up paper to hold its shape, because your wire is shaping it for you. To give your daffodil a little colour, a bit of shading, you can use vine dust. And a little yellow dust, just to give it a little shading. If you want to tape your leaf to your flower, just attach the tape to the back and tape it to your leaf, twisting and pulling the tape down the length of the wire to attach the two securely together. And then with your long nose pliers, bend your flower. Thank you for watching. If you would like a tutorial and the list of equipment used, you can download them from our website at sugaricing.com.